And to throw more light on the need to protect our national asset is Kennedy Donju West. He is President Movement for the Survival of the Zone Ethnic Nationality in the Niger Delta region. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. We'll be looking at our national assets. How best can we enhance security along the corridors of our national assets to ensure that they are well protected?
Well, I think the first thing to do is to create an awareness. The essence of youths trying to attack national assets, could be caused by several, issues. But some of the reasons you have is a lack of opportunities, lack of economic opportunities. That is what could cause it. However, lack of awareness is very key, because even when these assets are there, because they say an hungry man is an angry man, they don't see the essence of protecting those properties. So there should be more advocacy within the national asset, and also punitive measures. It's one thing to build the facilities and know that these are through the source which the country makes money to engage in development. However, they also do not see that they need to protect it. So if government comes up with stringent punitive measures, it will be as a deterrent to, scare these youths away. Outside of that, the youths have a lot of talent, potentials that are on tap. So one should look at engagement that within those areas where you have, consistent attack, more advocacy, more engagement within community youth leaders, security, and even the monarchs and women. So they become aware of what these assets are and how to protect it.
Okay. Talking about the youth and then engagement and more advocacy, do you think the advocacy that has been done in the communities is not enough? Apart from that, don't you think they need to know that attacking these assets will also affect them negatively? So what do you think they should be done differently?
First of all, like we said, an hungry man is an angry man. And the youths within the community, what are the activities within that community? Okay. It's either cultism, it's sea piracy, it's one illegal activity or the other. That's how they spend their life, 24 hours and then on and 7 days a week like that. Now, these facilities also help in raising revenue for the government, but they don't feel it. Let's take, for instance, the Niger Delta and the oil-producing communities. If you go to our community, you'll be shocked at the deplorable situations within our community. Government is doing quite a lot, but sometimes we don't know why those projects are not seen in the community. So government should do more community engagement. And then opportunities. If these youths within the community are economically empowered, they will see the need to protect these facilities. Thank God for the wisdom of government to not only engage the military on pipeline protection, but also bringing in the community content like Pipeline Infrastructure, Nigerian Limited, and then Tantita. All of these groups help to mop up a huge chunk of unemployed youths. However, there are still other youths who are also out there who do not see the need, or who have not been engaged. And those people go from time to time and tamper with these facilities. If they know that these are the punitive measures that government has slated, you cannot imagine that you have somebody indulging national crime, as in oil theft and then illegal bunkering. What is the punitive measure? government have not come out so far to enlighten the people on what are these measures. If these measures are in place, and then government do strategic engagement with the community, creating more employment opportunities. Let me take, for instance, there are a lot of obsolete pipe within the Niger Delta region. Those pipes have been laid since 1960s. Because of corrosion, wear and tear, they cause damages to our environment. Those pipes need to be evacuated. If government impress on the companies to remove those pipes from there, the removal of the pipe, decommissioning of those pipes alone will create an employment opportunities. Maintenance within their facilities will create employment opportunities. And then there is also need to take development and project activities down to the creeks of the Niger Delta. Anywhere where you have littoral states, littoral countries, you find out that that country is economically in boom, constant economic boom, because of the activities that go on. But if you go to our creeks, you find out that there are little or no development around there. And that's why our youth have seen that place as, as an hideout to do their sinister act, which include sea piracy, kidnapping, and other illicit activities.
Okay. Still talking about the youth now. I suppose there are supposed to be some security agencies or in the communities that should protect this assets. And then we have these youths, vandalizing this asset. Don't you think the communities are not doing enough to put out their security agencies, maybe like the some other security agencies around the community, to also protect these infrastructures?
I think that the community needs to do, and government too needs to do now. In the part of the community, yes, the community youth leaders will always engage the youth, but there are some who, because of maybe the rifles in their hands, the guns that they have, they become King Kong in the community and engage on those illicit acts. And you don't expect armless community youths who are leaders to engage such people. They will be intimidated, they will be harassed, they will be molested, and at the end of the day, they might even be killed. So there is a little to which this community engagement can do. However, government's effort is also yielding results. Not too long ago, Mr. President directed the chief of defense staff to swing into action, ensuring that there is a drastic reduction, if not total elimination of the illegal bunkering and oil theft. That is yielding results. Not too long ago, you also know that there was an increase in production. Yes, government is doing fine. Yes, they're also engaging community participation, which is the Pipeline Infrastructure Nigerian Limited and Tantita. However, there is also need for us to look at areas of decentralization in some of the areas so that more people will be engaged in it. And then more sensitization. The youth in the community do not know that some of the diseases, the respiratory diseases, the skin diseases, the blindness that is now ravaging the community is as a result of the pollution within our environment, as a result of, the pipeline vandalism and all of that. So more sensitization, awareness needs to be created. That's what MUSIEN is also doing.
Okay, so that means advocacy will go a long way to have an impact on protecting these assets.
Of course it will, because if they know, if the people in the community, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, even the youths who engage in it, knows that they are responsible for the untimely death of hundreds of their cousins, their kids and kin, their kinsmen within that community, they will look for another way out. But if you come up with, they just believe that the pipes are close to them and they should benefit from it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this program this morning, Kennedy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.